everyone, Heccu here. Since we've been seeing more and more players from the Baltic states and teams from the CIS region in the top 30 of HLTV's ranks, I think this is the perfect time for us, the global audience, to get to know those heroes and those teams a little bit better. Today, I am joined by my fellow countryman. He is the newest addition to the Virtus.pro roster. YEKINDAR, how are you doing today?
Hey everyone, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready to grind again because I had a vacation before, but I'm ready to roll and win some games.
Where did you go? Because it was kind of misleading. You know, like you posted some pictures and you posted some stories. Where did you go?
I was going to a different country to meet my friend, and I met her, and
No.
basically.
Okay. Well, I'll not lie. So because even though we are from the same country, from the same city, from the same gaming community, we never really got to talk. So I'm kind of excited to have this interview. So, Marks, you joined Virtus.pro in the end of May, and right after the announcement, Zeus made a short interview with you in Russian. You talked about a lot of things, including like your time in Pro.sto and your first impression of Virtus.pro. During it, he also mentioned that there is actually an extra condition to the transfer, and I'm sure that most people don't really know about it. So it was something aligned that, like, if the current Virtus.pro roster will manage to reach a certain position in global ranking, your previous org, which is Pro.sto, will get bonuses for the transfer. That interview happened 2 months ago. Can we now know which position do you guys need to reach for that to happen?
I can't tell which position, but so basically it's not a bonus, but basically I think Virtus.pro paid like 75% or something out of 100%, and when we reach the ranking that we need, the other 25% will be paid. So, but I'm actually not really sure which ranking we do need, so I can't really tell. I'm one of the most people who doesn't know about it.
Oh, wait. Okay, well, I guess it will stay a mystery for us, but hopefully you will reach that rank pretty soon. Because with your previous roster, with Pro.sto, you managed to almost get into top 30, and right now with Virtus.pro, you're sitting at rank 24. In the same interview with Zeus, you mentioned that you were really impressed by your new teammates about the amount of the in-game information that they provide. I heard the comments of Navi, and even though I'm fluent in Russian, I really couldn't understand maybe half of the things that they're saying because everyone was yelling at the same time. So, like, are your comms as chaotic as Navi's?
I wouldn't say that they are as chaotic as Navi's, because I saw one clip on Mirage, right, where everybody was talking of Navi,
Mm-hmm.
and it's similar but not that chaotic. Like everyone is talking, of course, but everyone is saying information, but we somehow we're managing to put the volume down on the most put the volume up on the most important information, and
Mm-hmm.
volume down on some information that is not so important, and we call out each other's names. So for example, if I'm not watching jungle and I see that my teammate can be killed from jungle, right, on
Mm-hmm.
Mirage, I'm telling his name, and I'm telling him like calmly, hey, careful, you can be killed from jungle, right? Because the other people don't need to know about it if they're on the like some other part of the map,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And that's how we're managing to make the information not so chaotic and not so stressful and loud in TeamSpeak, so we can actually hear the game and footsteps and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, right now with the roster that you have, I think you have really great potential to go up. So far, you were doing really good in the RMR tournaments. Unfortunately, your team lost 380 points when they added you to the roster, but I'm sure that on the long run, it will pay out. And to be honest, I'm like really hyped to finally see like the next major? Because I mean, like it was supposed to happen in May, and now it's postponed until November. But there are two reasons why I really want to see it. One of them is because we finally might have like many players from the Baltic states, like more than 3 at the same time. Right now, there's a potential of 7. And the second one, of course, is that we'll most likely finally see a player from Latvia to play at the major. I'm sure that you're pretty excited, but
Rocky haven't played in major?
No,
Oh,
not
wow.
yet. Yeah,
Something new.
yeah, but I'm sure that you're excited because I mean, you might have right now you have a chance to like make history. But do you feel some kind of pressure that you must push yourself not only for yourself but also for your country to get to the major?
I mean, of course, I want to make Latvian esports a better thing,
Mm-hmm.
something better, so people actually talk about it in our country, and we have some establishments and companies, something that comes with esports, and so it all goes further, like in, for example, Denmark or Sweden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because at this time, the level of esports in Latvia is like really low, and of course that's why I want to actually play at the major. I want to give interviews. I want to show people that that everything is possible and somehow help the Latvian esports grow. I feel a bit, or actually, I don't even feel any like pressure from that, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel pressure for myself that I need to perform, because if I'm not gonna perform, Latvian esports esports won't really be better, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean it's nice because like you can kind of show an example to the players in Latvia that like, okay, if you actually put your time, you put the effort, you can actually reach. Because I kind of have a feeling that some players have that illusion that you cannot reach anything in this country, and that's totally not like that. You just like put your time, put the effort.
it's not the country, it's the player.
Exactly. And then people just like are looking for like excuses, like it's the
Yeah.
country, like, it's not my fault. But yeah, but luckily you kind of got like a second chance to play in the next major, because originally with Pro.pro you didn't manage to qualify for the CIS minor, and in general, like so far we know like the only team that managed to win a major, and it is also from the CIS region, is Gambit. But I'm looking forward for Virtus.pro to do really good. So hopefully that will
Looking
work out.
forward as well, but since the pandemic is happening now, maybe the major will be moved, or
Yeah, it's complicated.
you can never know. Of course, I'm lucky that I had an opportunity,
Hmm.
that the major got moved from May to now November. Maybe after it's gonna get moved again. So, but I'm lucky that I have an opportunity to qualify for this major.
Hmm. Talking about opportunities. So like you're fluent in both Latvian and Russian, but I mean, this interview is proof that you have no problems communicating in English. Are you open to the idea of joining a European or maybe a North American roster one day?
I actually don't know. I know I played like all my life. I played either in a Latvian team,
Yeah.
but mostly it was the start of the career, and further I played always in a Russian-speaking team, and I think it wouldn't be bad if the offer is better from the European team. I would go to the European team, but I feel more confident in Russian, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
since I played a lot in the CIS region, and know a lot of like information and like the mentality of Russians. I think
Mm-hmm.
the mentality of Europeans and Americans, or whatever English-speaking people, is different. And but I would be ready to learn it, and would be ready to try it if it's needed.
Okay, I mean, we'll see what will happen in the future, but right now, what really matters is that you are in one of the best CIS teams right now. So hopefully that will stay like that for a really long time. Um, you seem to be one of the few Baltic players that actually managed to get a spot in a pretty good org, and I'm referring to Pro.pro, without appearing in FPL. Because Rops, Brocky, and now even Bemis, all 3 of them managed to get into a top team by showing their talent to pro players in Faceit. Is there a player or maybe like multiple players from the Baltics that you think might be the next ones to get a one-way ticket to the top through playing FPL?
Well, first of all, I mean, I got Pro 100 is not the type of team like FaZe or Mousesports that drops or Brocky or Bumus got
Mm-hmm.
in. So it's a tier, 2 tiers lower at
Mm-hmm.
least, and so it's not really FPL isn't the thing that should be needed to play in a team like Pro 100. But what was the question again?
That if you know if there, do you think that there are some other Baltic players that might be the next
Oh
ones
yeah, right.
to get to the top?
I'm not really following any Baltic players. I only know my friends from Latvia and from Lithuania.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have any players that I know from Estonia, but from Latvia, I think I played like 3 or 4 games with some Latvians, and I was once standing in for Wolsung, and I think Shield is a good player. I think he has potential,
Mm-hmm.
but other than him, I don't remember any other player because like since I remember Shield, probably he has something
He has the
to
potential.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're talking about FPL, we can't really ignore your personal achievements. Because, like, not so long ago, after placing second twice, you managed to win the season, like, I think it's season like 32 of FPL. And
May season, I don't remember the number.
yeah,
It was May though.
yeah, it was like not so long ago. And during one of HLTV's podcasts, both Sponge and Smoya praised your both like your in-game skill and your attitude. But I kind of have a feeling that maybe you were not always so focused on this game, like kind of and so extremely dedicated to it, because by winning FPLC like last June, like that was like a year ago, you landed yourself a spot in FPL, but went full on try hard only this winter. Did you change your attitude in any way towards the game and your career during that period?
Well, first of all, after I qualified first for FPL, I had the motivation to play it, but I didn't have the opportunity. I had a PC, bad PC at home, and then we had a boot camp only in September. So
Mm-hmm.
after June, I couldn't play. I played some games, but I felt that I can't perform. I wrote admin that I'm not going to play much because I'm not able to
It's not possible.
perform fully. And then I went to boot camp in September with Pro 100. It was a new roster already, and with World Edited and Waylander, and we had a lot of work to do, so I didn't have really much time to play at that time as well.
Mm-hmm.
After then, Flourish left as well to Hellraisers, and then the Massey came. Then we had to work a lot as well again, and only in November I could fully focus on FPL when we like uh, did all the basics that we need with new teammates, and
Mm-hmm.
we learned something about ourselves, about each other. And when I was already on boot camp in Kharkiv in November, I started grinding FPL then because I had the motivation, I had a good PC, and everything with team was fine. And after that month, we went to India and Bosnia and won both of their tournaments, and I had like a really good motivation drive at that moment because of the winning tournaments, and I felt that I was playing pretty good at that time on those lands especially, and I felt that the main reason was that I was grinding in November. Before that, I had like 88 FPL games, and that's without practice matches with team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So after when I came back, we had a little vacation on December, of course, because it's New Year and Christmas. And on January, I started grinding again because I felt that FPL was helping me a lot to improve as a player and as a teammate.
Mm-hmm. But when it comes to like your like IRL activities, because like okay, I would say like, people in the Baltic states know that you have like a black belt because during the Baltic Esports League, that ad, when it's like Maris Galinskis, 19 years
Yeah,
old, black belt and blah blah. We just like we know that you have that. Is that something that is still a part of your life,
of
like martial
course. I
arts?
mean, I was I was training Taekwondo for 7 years, so it's obviously a part of my life, and I learned a lot from it. First of all, it's like discipline, because every sports has a discipline to it. You have a routine, you have your own things you need to do, and you need to understand. And the second that I got from it is the mentality against your enemy. Because I was going a lot to tournaments in the Baltics in Europe, and what I learned is to not to be afraid of your enemy, but at the same time don't be too cocky, because I got my own experience when you're thinking like, oh, what, like
It would be super easy.
blue belt, and I'm black belt, and I'm like, yeah, of course, and I'm losing after 7-6 or something,
Yeah.
and I'm losing the match, and I'm thinking like, okay, belt doesn't matter, and the same in CS. It doesn't matter which team you're playing on. Uh, every player can outplay any player, especially if you're too cocky and don't believe in your enemy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be reasonable to yourself and reasonable to your enemies as well.
Mm-hmm. But what about your social life? Because I know you, I mean, it's not I personally know, but I know like from the community that you at least used to be a real like party animal. Is that still a thing?
Well, I'm now in the time of quarantine, not really, but
A little
11th,
bit, a little bit.
11th, 12th grade, and year after 12th grade, I was drinking a lot and partying a lot. It's something that helps me relax and somehow refresh my mind and refresh my body. But now I think I feel better. Now I'm doing it a lot less, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
mostly focusing now on the CS, especially after vacation. I had a crazy vacation, I would say, and now I'm fully focused on CS, and I um, don't even want to go. I don't want to waste so much time on partying now.
Yeah,
I feel that now my motivation is to grind FPL and grind with my team and learn new stuff and improve as a player.
to work on your career basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I'll actually not hold you any longer because I'm guessing you still have your free day today. So you can hopefully you can.
Yeah, but I will queue FPL probably.
Yeah, okay. But hopefully we get to maybe like relax after FPL with some like Netflix or something. But yeah, hopefully like we'll see Virtus.pro and you at the next major, whenever it's going to happen, right?
I'm not sure when, but I hope to see myself there as well.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for your time. Do you have any shout outs maybe like to your fans or to the organization?
Of course, shout out to Virtus.pro for helping me to go through this transfer, and shout out to my new teammates because they're giving me a lot of space and opportunities. And shout out to all the fans, and especially for the Latvian fans, everything is possible if it's not the country, it's the person. So remember that.
Okay, awesome that you said that. Guys that are watching, please subscribe and remember to follow both of us because that's how we can know. That's how you can find out when YEKINDAR is streaming, where he has his next series, and when I release my next video. See ya.
See ya.